And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Brad Johnson here, and welcome to the next episode of New Earth TV Live. I think it's been a couple weeks since I've done this particular webcast. Just been so busybody, I tell you. So we're going to have a really great broadcast today. We are going to be doing an Earth meditation. We are going to be doing some inner practices. We're also going to be doing some distance healing as well too, and we're also going to be taking some Q&A. So a lot of great things to look forward to, but first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and get started with some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, private sessions are available, 15-minute, 30-minute, and 45-minute sessions, as well as the 3-question session by email, which is also available. You can go to newearthteachings.com and you can sign up. Again, I'm taking bookings right now for mid-August, okay, coming into September. So there's still a few spots for August before I move into September altogether. And of course, if you go down to the video description, you'll see a link to the Meetup group. Okay, so my Meetup group here. And like I said, my next event is Kundalini and Inner Practices Weekend Retreat. That's coming up in June 11th and June 12th, for people who are living in British Columbia, or specifically Vancouver Island. If you want to be a part of this, like I said, I already have a few people signed up for it already. This is the very first kind of the genesis of beginning the Kundalini Awakening sessions, but basically doing it in a weekend retreat fashion, which I'm really much looking forward to. So again, you can feel free to join up with the Meetup group if you're in British Columbia or Alberta, because I will be looking to go to Alberta here probably around July. I'm just basically kind of re-strategizing my plan for the healing tour. I just have to basically kind of looking to see what is available and do what I can to book some good spots around BC and Alberta. So I'll have more information as we get closer to June and early July as well too. So you can check that out. And finally, this channel, New Earth Teachings Backup, is available on Odyssey, odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. All videos on this channel are backed up on Odyssey as well too. So if you want to follow along with Odyssey, you can do that through the link. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our webcast today. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and do a Mass Earth meditation. So this is going to be another unique type of meditation altogether, as I usually like to try and keep things a little bit more unique when doing the Earth meditation, keeping things fresh. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to get ourselves nice and relaxed. Now, if you guys also want to lay down for this, you're more than welcome to, right? If you have a couch nearby, if you have a yoga mat and you want to do Shavasana, you can certainly do this as well too. But what this is going to involve is this is going to involve just holding your hands up, okay? So we're just going to be holding our hands up, and we're intending the light within ourselves just to shine upon the earth like what you are seeing here. So we're going to go into a much more wider perspective, and we're going to see the earth directly before us, and we're going to be sending energy through our hands directly upon the earth and seeing it turn into white hot luminescence of love, that white heat that you will be emanating again through yourself. You will be seeing the earth in that kind of white hot luminescence, and that is representative of your pure love and compassionate energy upon the earth. So like I said, just get yourself nice and comfortable right now. If you want to lay down on your couch, if you want to lay down on a yoga mat in Shavasana, or if you want to just stay seated, that's fine too. Whatever makes you the most comfortable, okay? So let's just get ourselves nice and relaxed now. And we're going to take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Exhale. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And one more time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And just let yourself completely relax. I want you to feel just like from the top of your head, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet, you're just letting every single muscle within your body completely relax. If you're sitting, just kind of melt into the chair a little bit. We want to try and keep the spine nice and straight, but we also just want to kind of melt into the seat. If you're laying on a couch or a bed or a yoga mat, just let yourself completely melt into that yoga mat or that couch or that bed. I want you just to intend every single muscle from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your feet to be completely relaxed, to be completely devoid of any strain, any tension, any pressure. Let yourself be completely relaxed, just like you're getting ready to fall asleep at night. And if you do fall asleep, that's okay too. So just let that relaxation just continue here just for a few moments. Just be at complete ease with yourself. Let your body be at complete rest. And now what we're going to do is just very, very gently, we're just going to move our hands up, just like we're raising both of our hands when we have a question. But we're basically just putting our raised hands just up to head level here. And these are going to be the distributors of energy, the distributors of prana through your body. And your intention is to see the earth in her whole glory. So where you are right now, I just want you to imagine that you're leaving your body and you're just projecting yourself upwards. You're moving up past the sky. You're moving up past the atmosphere. And now you're just turning around and you're seeing the earth just like you do in this animation right now. You're seeing the earth in all of her beauty, in all of her glory. This beautiful, round earth, because she is round. And we're just beginning now to get ourselves into alignment. And I want you just to feel yourself tethering to the earth right now. So I want you to feel the heart just opening up and just feel this tether coming out of the heart. I want you just to connect that tether deep, deep, deep into the earth, right into her heart, at the center of the earth. And you can feel it as you're floating in space. Just like this beautiful string, or you can see it like a rope, or again, just a simple tether. And you can feel it maybe just wiggling a little bit. As you're floating in space, your astral, etheric body is floating in space. And you feel that tether directly connected to the heart of the earth. Just feeling it kind of bobbing up and down as you're smiling and just looking at your beautiful Mother Earth. Now I want you really to peer into her. I want you to peer into the Earth's soul as you are connected with her heart. And as you peer into her soul, I want you just to feel all the love that she has for every single creature on the planet. All the love that she has for you. And just feeling all of that love that she has for you and for every creature on the planet. I want you now just within your heart to feel all of that compassion, that love, and that joy that you are sending to the earth now. through that tether, your feelings transmit itself, and they connect directly to the heart. And with your open heart now, I want you to feel all of that pranic energy flowing from the heart, moving up to your arms, and connecting directly to your palms. And now you are going to do a love healing transmission for the earth, just for the earth. And so as that love energy flows from the heart into the arms, into the hands, and into the palms, you are feeling this transmission of prana flowing through the palms right now, just like a field of energy. And it is now concentrating entirely on the earth. So just taking a slow, deep breath in, slow, deep breath out. And as you continue this cycle of breathing, breathing in, breathing out, you're feeling this rich prana with your intention, sending your pure love to Mother Earth, being transmitted directly upon her planetary body. Just letting the prana through your hands flow. You do not need to control the flow. Your intention is the concentration. Your intention is the direction. Your feelings are tethered directly to Mother Earth's. Those feelings are going right through the tether and right into her heart, and your hands are working upon her body. And I want you just to trust yourself. I want you just to remember your intention and just follow the breath as you feel that pranic energy flowing through the earth all on its own, because it is intelligent energy. The prana goes where your mind flows. The prana flows where your mind goes. So keeping your mind upon the task of sending this powerful love from your heart to your Mother Earth. And you're just putting all of your feelings into it. You're putting all of your feelings, your love for the earth. You may even state a mantra. You may even state an affirmation that I unconditionally love the Mother Earth. I unconditionally love the Mother Earth. And you're just feeling that. You can repeat that in your mind. And you're just sending all of that pure prana directly to the earth. And as that energy intensifies, you're feeling like the earth herself is being heated up on a pranic degree with all of this pure, warm, or rather hot pranic energy that you are sending. And it is only hot because that is representative of the love that you are sending. And so now you're seeing the earth starting to get hotter and hotter, like red luminescence. But this is a good heat. This is a good luminescence. You're seeing the earth just turn red with all of that pure pranic love. As you continue to fill your heart's intent to send that pure love transmission to Mother Earth. And you're just going deeper and deeper into your own feelings. And you're seeing that red luminescence starting to turn white. And now you're seeing this loving, white-hot luminescence coming all over the earth, saturating her entirely. Saturating her right to the core, where this pure heat of love is filling the earth, is filling her body. Every creature is feeling this intensity of love that you are providing for the earth right now. Just through you holding out your hands, just through the loving intention through your heart, the feelings that you have tethered directly to Mother Earth's heart, and the transmission of this loving prana flowing through your hands, concentrated upon the planetary body of the earth, warming her up, giving her great heat of love into white hot luminescence, burning away all impurities, burning away all conflicts, burning away separation consciousness, burning away regrets and traumas upon the earth and through her creatures. You have this natural ability. You have this natural power. This is who you are. It is not the person that you are that has this power, for a person cannot have a power like this. It is the spirit within that person that has this power. And that is the power that you are tapping into. That is the source. This is not about your name. This is not about your identity. This is not about your personality. This is about your spirit. This is about your source consciousness. It is that which is doing this work. So go beyond the body, go beyond the mind, and tap directly into the spirit source consciousness that you are, because that is what's doing this work. It is not I, but the Mother, the Father that worketh through me. And just let that pure love of spirit, that unconditional love, that perfection of spirit flow through your hands. Let it light up the entire world with that pure intention of love, with that loving heat so strong, it melts away everything false. It melts away everything conflicting, ego-driven, separate self-oriented. It's all melting away like butter. As the planet is engulfed with this pure love of white-hot luminescence. And now I just want you to take a moment just to begin coming back into the present moment here as you give your love to the earth, as you are so thankful for everything that she has done for you and all living beings, all creatures upon the planet. And now you're going to see that tether detached from the earth and being retracted back into the heart. And you can now bring your hands into prayer position and just give a final blessing, a salutation to Mother Earth, Divine Mother Earth, Namaskar. And just letting yourself, letting your projection, returning back into the physical body where you are present on the planet Earth. Letting that projected body return back into the physical body. And now just taking a moment to stretch yourself out, to just gently move. You can start rotating your shoulders, start moving your fingers, start curling your toes, fluttering your eyes. Gently moving, especially if you've been laying down. Just gently moving and taking your time. Don't be in a rush. Give yourself a good stretch. If you need to give yourself a good stretch, make sure you do it. And now you can come back into the present moment. Okay. So, very good, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for this Earth meditation. Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since we've done one of these. And like I said, you can always feel free to repeat this meditation anytime. What you are doing is such a wonderful service, not just for the earth, but all the living beings, all the creatures upon the planet. You are doing such a great service. Okay? This is exactly why we're here. we're fulfilling our roles as soulful stewards upon the earth. So let's continue to work with the earth. Let's continue to be at her side, holding her hand, because we have such an absolutely beautiful home, the womb of the mother. All right. Thank you, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and move forward now, and we're going to do a little bit of inner practices. Then we're going to get into some distance healing. Then we'll get into some Q&A as well too. Okay, so questions can basically just be semi-personal or general semi-personal or general in nature. Okay, any personal questions, guys, we save that for private sessions and for group sessions on Patreon. Okay, or that's really where it belongs. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and do some inner practices right now. So we're going to start off with some heart rate variability breathing. Okay, and then we'll be getting into more about healing transmissions, just like what you were doing today. Is I'm going to be teaching you more about that healing transmission and how you can tap into it, how you can use it upon yourself, and how you can use it upon others as well too. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get into some heart rate variability. Okay, so if those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is all nose breathing. Okay, so breathing into the nose, breathing out to the nose, and all we're doing is we're just adding 2 extra seconds to the exhale as we breathe out. It is a complete flowing breath. There's no pauses at the beginning, in between, or at the end. It's just a continual flow. Okay, and we're going to do that for a couple of minutes. So taking a deep breath in through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax. Okay, so that's only just under a couple of minutes. Imagine you're doing it 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And you are feeling so calm, so peaceful, so serene. Your whole body just feels completely relaxed. And why does that happen? Because we're stimulating the parasympathetic. We're stimulating the vagus nerve. We're stimulating the dorsal vagal complex. And everything just melts into such peaceful relaxation and calmness. If you're doing it even just for 5 minutes, you're just floating in the clouds. You're floating in the ethers. You are feeling amazing. Everything just starts to feel completely splendid, completely subtle. And this is what I call going into the subtle state. The other term is the low idle state. Okay? You are low idle, you are subtle. So you're just letting yourself sink in. It's like you're going into the deeper concentration of the mind. Okay? And that would represent the higher mind. The lower mind is when you're at the surface. Right? If we're seeing a sphere right here, okay? When you're right on the surface of that sphere, that's the beta state. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the beta state. The beta state certainly helps. It has a good function. Even when we balance the beta state, we can be really good, efficient workers. Okay? But what we're doing is we're going past the beta state and we're digging a little bit deeper, and we're going into the alpha state. And we're going into the alpha state, and that's helping you with more of a deeper focus and even a more deeper concentration. Okay? So as we continue to go through that, we go into the theta state, and we go into the delta state, right? And we're getting more and more deeper into the core of the mind. And as we go deeper and deeper into the core of the mind, we now start to go into a much more subtle, relaxed state, which means we're lowering our brainwave frequencies. Okay? So we're starting from the beta, we're going all the way down to the delta. And again, when we start to feel that complete and total relaxation, that complete and total calmness, you're still. It's like you're in the middle of a lake and everything is just completely tranquil. It's like the water is completely still. And that is the reflection of your mind. And what special technique do we use to work together well with heart rate variability, to get ourselves into calmness through the breath work that we have done? B, C, R. Let's not forget that, okay? So again, just feeling that beautiful stillness right now. And now I'm going to bring you into the second inner practice, where we're going to now start working together with healing transmission, okay? So it's important that we are doing heart rate variability first, because again, we're going deeper into ourselves, and it's much more simpler to now start tuning into the heart when you're in the depth of the mind, when you're much more in the higher mind, okay? It's very difficult for you to actually get into your love space when you're in beta, okay? This is why we're going from beta to alpha to theta to delta, going much more deeper into the mind. And when we start to have those beautiful expansive states, those blissful states, in comes the gamma frequencies, okay? The good thing about the gamma frequencies is they do not disturb your lower state of being. When you're in the low idle state or the subtle state, they are enhancing it. So again, that comes through blissful states of awareness. That comes through expansive states, those beautiful gamma waves. Okay? So, you can tell just by my voice, I'm pretty much sitting in the middle of that stilled lake right now. So, let's go ahead now and let's move the hands upwards, just like we did earlier with the earth meditation. Okay? And so all I want you to do is just holding your hands right there. And the first thing I want you to do is you're going to send some healing transmission to yourself. So what I want you to do is I want you just to see an etheric overlay. Okay? So it's just like you're imagining that there is your etheric body that's now creating this aura, transparency. Okay? And that etheric layer is now just wrapping itself all around the body entirely. As it's wrapping itself around the body entirely, this is creating containment. And the containment of your prana is going to be reflecting through the etheric layer, and that etheric layer is going to be sending all of that healing transmission through yourself. So it's kind of like we're just seeing ourselves in a small etheric bubble that is wrapped around the outer edge of our body, from head to toe. Okay, so I want you to see that right now. Just like you're seeing this little bubble that's just wrapped around your body. Maybe it's about 1 inch thick, and it's just wrapping around the entire body from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. And you are encased in this etheric, transparent bubble. Okay, and now we're going to raise our hands up, and we're going to go into our heart, just as we did before, like when we were working with the earth. You don't have to tether to yourself, okay? It's not necessary. But we're just going to reach from within the heart. We're going to open it up. We're going to see it transparent. We're going to see that beautiful spirit light star in the center of our heart. And we're going to make that bigger. Just breathe in. Exhale, make it bigger. Breathe in. Exhale, make it bigger so it fills the entire heart. Very good. Now you're just taking all of that spirit light, and it's flowing from the heart directly into both of your arms, moving up to the hands, and is now emanating, transmitting itself through the palms of both hands. And just let those frequencies of love transmit through the palms as it reflects through the etheric shield that is completely saturating you now. And all of that etheric energy is bringing it back into yourself. It's bringing it into the core of your being. That etheric energy, that etheric layer is just bouncing back that frequency and bringing it deeply into your own soul body. I want you just to stay here for about a minute or two and just feel the healing transmission taking place. And take one last deep breath in and out. And just folding the hands back now. Dropping them to your lap. Letting that etheric layer return back into the body, just absorbing itself back into your body like a sponge. And just take a moment and just feel how your body feels after that minute or two of healing transmission. It's like having a divine massage. It's like having a spirit massage. Your whole body just feels completely relaxed, completely in harmony, completely at peace. Okay? So that is referred to as healing transmission. Okay? All we're doing is we're going into the heart, we're opening it up, we're really bringing that spirit light energy forward. And again, just holding the hands up with that etheric layer wrapped around you. We're transmitting that pure spirit love from the heart, because that again is where spirit sits, right in the back of the heart. And we're just transmitting that. And of course, spirit is everything that represents purity and perfection. And you are transmitting that purity and perfection right into the core of your being. And you're feeling rejuvenated. Now imagine, guys, you're sitting for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just doing that. I can guarantee you that if you do that every single day for about a month, you're going to feel incredible. Your pain is going to go away. Okay? If you have any physical pain in your body, this is where you do healing transmission. Okay? I have now taught you guys how to do this. It's very, very simple. It's a very simple technique. So just as you discovered today, working with that etheric layer and just having that absorb all of that prana, all of that pure spirit energy coming back into the core of your being. Just imagine. Just imagine how well you do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes every day for a month. I'd like you guys to try that. I encourage you to try that. Okay? And report back to me saying, Brad, yeah, I'm doing this 15 minutes a day, every day for 30 days. Here's my result. I used to have a bad back. My back is completely healed. I used to have headaches and migraines all the time. They're all healed. I used to have a lot of problems, inner conflicts, right? Anger, angst, sadness, fear, old traumas, old regrets. I'm not really feeling them anymore. They're all starting to go away. all because I'm doing this. Okay? This, again, just like BCR technique, is something that can really deeply help you. Maybe I'll do a video on healing transmission just by itself to helping you guys out a lot more. Because BCR technique, like I said, is my #1 recommended healing for everybody. But of course, there are others. And this is one of the very, very simple ones. This is why some people like yoga. This is why some people like Qigong. Because they don't want to have to try and talk these things out. Brad, do you have to talk these things out relating to inner conflicts? It certainly helps. But no, you don't. I often recommend that you do, because it is very, very freeing. But no, we can basically just do a healing transmission just like this. 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes a day for 30 days. And I want you guys to personally feel, I want you guys to do organic research and see how you feel doing this once a day for 30 days. Okay? Now the final part I'm going to teach about this as well too is doing a healing transmission on another person. Okay? It's very simple. We're not doing any tethering or anything like that. All it is just pure intention. So if I have a photograph of somebody right here, and I just put that on a stand right in front of me, let's say, for example, it's my best friend. Okay? So I'm putting my best friend's photo on there. I've dropped them an email, I've given them a call, say, hey, do you mind if I do some healing work on you? Sure, go ahead. Okay. Even if they're stubborn and they don't want healing work, well, that's okay. You can still send this to them. But like I said, it's just a good courtesy to do, to let people know that they are being healed. Okay. So that's what I recommend first and foremost. But if you know that they're going through a very hard condition, if they're in the hospital, for example, and maybe they cannot be so responsive, then you can just send them this love energy. Okay. And it's the exact same thing. All you're doing, raising your hands, and you're just concentrating on the photo, because you can do this with your eyes open, or you can do this with your eyes closed. Either is fine. Okay. So again, we're just opening up the heart. Like we take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We're expanding the heart. We feel all that spirit light coming through, and we just start moving that energy through the arms, through the hands, and through the palms. And just as you previously did, we're just transmitting that energy. You only need the etheric layer for yourself, okay? You do not need the etheric layer for your friend or for the other person that you're working on, okay? All that's required is your intention to them. You are just sending that through your intent. It's bare bones simple, my friends, okay? And like I said, you can spend as much time with your friend or your family member or whoever is it that requires that healing from you as you wish. There's no time limit, okay? I'm just giving you guys average time limits that can really bring about a good satisfactory result. If you want to sit there for a whole hour or 2 hours, go for it. Okay, there's no time limit relating to that. And once you're done, again, just exactly as you came out of it. Okay, you're seeing the heart returning back to normal. You're letting your hands just drop. Take a deep breath in. Give a blessing to your friend, to the one that you're working with. God be with them. Be well. Okay, and that will work on your friend. On your friend, on your family member, on anybody who you want to work with. This is healing transmission. Okay? It's very powerful. You're not really doing any work. You're just focusing. You're just putting your intention either towards yourself or towards another. Spirit's doing all the work. The intelligence energy is doing all the work. So you're feeling that within your friend, within your colleague, within your family member. You're just feeling their entire body just being filled with this silent, invisible prana that's going right into the core of their being. Okay? You can certainly do that. But like I said, out of a courtesy, it's good to ask first. If you cannot ask them, then it's okay. You can go forward because this is love energy and it's going to help. But like I said, try to be courteous if you can. All right? All right, thank you guys. So we're now going to go into some distance healing. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do the clear ball technique. Okay? So I'm going to guide you guys through. If you guys do have any questions, or I would say not any questions, any requests, either for yourself or for another person, okay? We're going to do the clear ball healing technique, okay? And if it's for another person that is not with you, then I'll be working with their higher self for this, okay? So let me just go through the chat here now. Just give me a moment here, guys. And then we're going to get into Q&A after that, okay? So welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for being here today. Glad you're all with me here on a beautiful Friday. Hope it's nice and beautiful where you are. So hello from the UK, from Florida, from Finland, from Cape Town, Finland, Washington, Minnesota, Central Alberta, Peru, Russia, New York State. Okay, great. I think that's everybody. From Italy as well too. Very good. Okay, guys. So this one here is from Anna 1 Rose 1. Anna says, inflammation of the pancreas started 3 days ago. I can't eat anything. I constantly feel sick and vomit. My whole body hurts. Please help. Okay. So guys, here's what you can do as well, is you can do the healing transmission for Anna 1 Rose 1 too as well, as I work with her at the same time. So if you want to do that, you want to send loving energy to her through the healing transmission, by all means feel free to do that too. Okay. And Anna, you're going to get lots of help, not just from me, but from the wonderful souls here too. Okay? So Anna, if you're still here with me, I just want you to follow along. I'm just going to assume that you're still here with me. Okay? So get yourself nice and comfortable, making sure the spine is nice and erect. We're just going to place our hands upon the center of the chest. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And one more time, deep breath in and out. And so Anna, what I want you to do right now is with your hands, I want you to imagine that there is a transparent ball, like a transparent sphere, that is contained in the center of your chest. Okay? And as you're talking about an inflamed pancreas here, I also want you to connect to the stomach as well too. I want you to connect with the stomach and the pancreas, okay? The stomach is what's causing you to vomit. It's not the pancreas. Okay, the pancreas may be inflamed, but the stomach has the problem first. So that's really what we need to primarily focus on too. Okay, so with that clear ball in the center of your chest right here, just right at the center of your sternum, okay, I want you to pull out 2 cords, 2 tethers from that, 2 transparent cords. One is connecting to the stomach, and the other one is connecting directly to the pancreas. Okay? And so as that connects, I want you just to look at the stomach right now, and we're just kind of seeing like there's a black energy there. Okay, that black energy represents distortion. It represents chaos. Okay, the same thing goes with the pancreas. We're seeing that black dense energy there. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to do the apologetic affirmation. And when you're doing the apologetic affirmation with me, not just Anna, but people who I'll also work with, make sure you're putting your full sincerity into it. Okay, the more sincere, and the more that you're taking this seriously, the greater the healing result. All right? So Anna, you can repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding these conditions. I ask for my body's forgiveness, and I ask for Spirit's forgiveness to clear away these conditions, to release it to Spirit, to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay. So again, make sure you have that sincerity behind it. And now as you do that, I want you to feel that the body again accepts your apology. Spirit is working with you every step of the way. And I want you to feel those tethers right now sucking up, absorbing all of that black liquid dense energy contained both in the stomach and in the pancreas. Okay, and it's just being absorbed directly into that transparent ball. Okay, so I'll give you a few moments just to do that now. All right, just don't hesitate, just let the energy be sucked up into the ball. Don't try to control it, just let it go of its own volition. Okay, and once you have done that, once you're feeling all of that energy being sucked into the ball, we're now just extracting that ball out from the chest. Don't worry, it's etheric. Okay, we're just extracting that ball out through the chest, and we're holding it here in between our palms. Okay, so all I want you to do right now is I want you just to look at that ball and everything that's in it and then say, I forgive you. 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 And I want you just to keep saying that, and you're noticing that the ball is getting smaller. Okay? So I want you just to continue to say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. And it's like your hands are moving by themselves. And what you're noticing is that you'll start to move them into prayer posture. Okay, so we start off from here. We see the ball. We see the black liquid in it. We're just looking at that black ball. If we can't see anything, that's okay. I want you just to feel it. Okay? I forgive you. 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 Okay? And we're just putting our hands into prayer posture. So while you are doing that, I'm just putting love energy all around you right now. And when your hands meet into prayer posture, your condition will be completely eliminated. Apply. Okay. Very good, Anna. So that's all you're doing. So I want you just to keep saying, I forgive you, 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 until your hands are in prayer. As soon as they touch prayer posture, that condition will be eliminated. Okay? Very good. Thank you, Anna. All right, let's go ahead and move down here a bit more. Okay, this is from Kristen. It's not really a request, but she just said, Brad, I had closed my eyes to sleep the other night, and a massive silver flash came in front of me. A weird feeling made me jump in this is this Kundalini? Yes, that can often represent a Kundalini awakening. Okay, so basically I would have to scan you. I'm pretty sure you have to do that another time. Kristen, if you want, you can drop me an email. Okay, info@newearthteachings.org. I would basically just do a scan on you to see if Kundalini has arisen. I probably don't have time to do that right now, but just drop me an email with this request, okay? Just repeat that request to me, info@newearthteachings.org, and I'll get back to you, and I can run a scan on you, and we can look into that a little bit deeper. But yes, that is often a sign of Kundalini, okay? Thank you very much. Okay. So next one here is from Diana M. Diana says, Hi, Brad. If you could please help me with healing for depression, mental suffering from extreme loneliness, etc. I need to get back into control of the situation. Thank you very much. Okay, yes, absolutely. Now, of course, we know that BCR technique is extremely effective for that, all right? But we're also doing healing transmission, okay? So, Diana, you've picked up a brand new healing technique today, okay? The healing transmission. And like I said, I'd like you to work with that. So here's the thing, guys. If you feel that BCR technique is too much for you, start off with the healing transmission and then get into BCR, okay? I don't want you to avoid BCR because I want you to do it. It's very important, okay? But you can start off with healing transmission, okay? I would consider that to be the pre-BCR technique. Start off with the healing transmission, work with that maybe for a few days, maybe even up to a month if you want, and just see how you feel. So it's very important that as you guys start working with this, I cannot emphasize this enough. You want a notebook, okay? So when you're doing the healing transmission, I want you just to write down, just like Diana is saying here right now. Diana, I'm going to get to you in a minute, okay? And so, like I said, just write things down. How am I feeling physically? How am I feeling emotionally? How am I feeling mentally? I'm writing all of this down in my book, okay? Physically, this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I have headaches. I'm feeling like I have migraines, okay? Emotionally, how am I feeling? I feel like I have depression. I have great loneliness, okay? How am I feeling mentally? I'm feeling very alone. I'm feeling great loneliness. Okay, so I'm feeling like maybe there's a feeling of abandonment. Maybe there's a feeling of rejection. Maybe there's a feeling of abuse. Okay, I'm writing that down. That's the mental aspect. So now that I have all of that, I'm aware of it now. I don't have to do anything else. I've written that down and my consciousness is aware of that. So now if I'm doing healing transmission or if I'm doing BCR technique, it's going to work all the same. All we're doing in BCR technique, guys, is we're amplifying your forgiveness. We're amplifying your ability to forgive. That's what you're doing in BCR. You're living inside the heart, and when you're living inside the heart, you can forgive everything. You can bring love to everything. That's what you're learning through BCR. But you can also do this through the healing transmission. Okay? So work with that. Just make sure you have a notebook handy. Make sure you're writing those things down. Whether you decide to do the healing transmission or BCR or both, great. Just make sure you have your conditions written down to help you with it, okay? Okay, Diana, I'm going to get to you now. So, just placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Okay, taking a deep breath in and out. Okay, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so spine nice and straight. With your hands upon the center of your chest, I just want you to feel that transparent ball contained in the center of your chest. And right now, what I want you to do is, as we're working with a lot of emotions here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be extracting them out of the brow. Okay? So with one hand, you can either use your left or your right, whichever one you want. So let me just say, for example, I'm putting my left hand here, which is confirming my transparent ball inside my chest. And what I'm going to do right now is, Diana, I want you just to go into your memory, and I want you to remember one of the most intense times to when you were feeling that depression. Okay? I want you just to go back into a moment, just with your eyes closed, and I want you to feel that time where you felt it was the most intense, when that depression was the most intense. Okay? I want you just to bring it into your awareness, and it's like you're just pressing pause, right? Like you have a remote control, and you're just pressing the pause button right there. Okay? That's the freeze frame of your intense depression. So what I want you to do is, with your other hand, I want you to bring it up to the brow, and I want you to imagine that that freeze frame of the intense depression is now turning itself into a soap bubble. It's a soap bubble with that black liquid contained within it, and it's just extracting itself out through the brow chakra. Okay? And you're holding it there, right in between your hands. It's like you can close your eyes and you can feel it. There's the depression. There's the intensity. Okay. So I'm going to put that now inside the transparent ball in the center of the chest. Okay. So we're extracting the emotion from the mind because we freeze framed it. Okay. And we're just pulling it out of the brow, and we just see it like in a little soap bubble with all that black liquid representing the depression. Okay. We're just putting it into the transparent ball in the center of the chest. Okay, so that is for your depression. Okay, the second thing I want you to do is for your loneliness. Okay, so again, same thing. We're just seeing the intense situation where you felt the loneliness was the most intense. And when you feel it, pause. Now that you've paused it, you're telling it to come out of your brow chakra, to come out of the Anya chakra. Okay, and you're just pulling that bubble with that black liquid in. There's your loneliness, your extreme loneliness. I want you to put it inside the transparent bubble. Okay? As soon as those two bubbles go inside the transparent ball, they pop. Okay? As they pop, all of the black liquid energy that represents the emotional and mental conflict is now successfully stored inside the transparent ball, which means it's not going anywhere. Okay? It's completely stored inside the ball safely. So now that we have done that, we'll bring both of our hands back to the center of the chest. Okay? And now we're going to do the apologetic affirmation. So Diana, just repeat after me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding these conditions. I ask for my body's assistance as well as its forgiveness and the forgiveness of spirit to clear away these conditions, releasing them to spirit to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay, very good. Now that you have, again, like I said, give sincerity to that affirmation. We're now going to extract that ball, okay, and we're just going to hold it right here. Okay. Now what I want you to do right now is I want you just to go within, and I want you just to tune into that forgiveness. Okay, I want you just to tune into your heart, just like we did healing transmission earlier. Okay, Diana, I want you to tune into your heart, and I want you to feel that forgiveness alive and well. Okay, so let's really get the motor started. Let's really get the gears moving. Let's really feel that love energy coursing through us, because that's what we need. All right? So now that we look at that ball, we're just going to continue to look at it, and with sincerity, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Okay, and I want you to keep going until your palms touch. at prayer posture, okay? And I'll help you every step of the way with that. Apply. Okay, so just bring your hands right to prayer posture. Let them move on their own. Okay, you're not really controlling them. You're just kind of letting them gravitate as you keep saying, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. And through the codes that I just gave upon you, that as soon as both hands touch, these will be completely forgiven and released. Okay? Thank you, Dinah. Okay. Okay, this one here is from Stacy Harper. Stacy Harper says, please send healing to my kid's bearded dragon. He had a swelling on his left jaw. I think it's a cyst. Okay, so I'm going to do this a little bit different because it is for an animal. Okay, I'm not going to do the clear ball for an animal because they're not at that stage of ego. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the healing power for the bearded dragon. Okay, so I will just take a moment now and just connecting to the bearded dragon and to the bearded dragon's higher self. And just helping to heal the left jaw of the bearded dragon. If there is a cyst there, we are working to clear that away completely. And we will now begin. Okay. And so, with the conclusion of that transmission now, I would just again send this loving energy to the bearded dragon. God is making him better and better. 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 With that light completely enveloped into his body, healing his left jaw, eliminating any cysts that may be present there. He will be well, radiant, pure, and perfect. Blessings. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. Hope you are well, as well with your kids and their bearded dragon. All right. You take care. Okay. So yeah, usually there's a request for a group healing at the end, guys. I'm not actually going to do that today, okay? I want you guys to really work with the healing transmission, okay? This is why I taught you this today through the inner practices part of it, okay? So there's no group healing today. I want you guys to work with that brand new healing technique, okay? Truly, it's an ancient technique, of course, but many of you may just be realizing this for the very first time. After our broadcast today, what I'd like you to do is just go off and just start doing the healing transmission. I'm giving you guys homework, okay? And I'm giving you guys a challenge as well, too. Are you guys ready to answer my challenge? I want you to do the healing transmission every single day for 30 days, whether you're doing the BCR technique as well, too, or not. And after 30 days, I want you to report to me about how it has transformed you, okay? So like I said, this is where we have the notebook handy. And we're writing those things down. How am I feeling physically, emotionally, mentally? And now I'm doing the healing transmission. I will probably do a standalone video for the healing transmission as well too. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do a 7-day or 10-day or 30-day challenge with it, but I will just do a standalone video with it because it's so bare bones simple. Okay. BCR technique is also bare bones simple, but there's a bit of a process to it. This again, you do not have to talk anything out. Okay, you're just working with the healing transmission. You're opening up your heart. You're letting the spirit light come in. You're letting that transmission come in with that etheric bubble. Okay, and you're just sitting with it. And I want you to do that every single day for 30 days. And email me afterwards. Let me know how you're doing. Because now, through your success stories, this is what's going to inspire people, everybody. Okay, I can be on these broadcasts and I can tell you how wonderful these things are. So, yeah, Brad said it, but what about other people? Okay, and I hear other people saying this has been amazing, right? I've gotten feedback about the BCR technique, and so many people are changing their lives from BCR alone. But now you have something new to work with, okay? This is what I would refer to as a 0.5 level of healing, okay? So BCR technique is level 1 healing. Cord removal healing is also a level 1 healing. And then conflict elimination technique is a level 2 healing, okay? Healing transmission would be a 0.5 level 0.5, okay? So you can just do it at any time. And it's very, very powerful. So go to level 0.5. Let me know how you're doing, okay? Please make sure that if you're doing this, tell me how you're doing. This is not just for your sake. This is not for my sake. This is for other people. Because if I start getting really good testimonials, I'll be sharing that on the air, okay? And then we'll definitely have a lot more people looking into this, because not only Brad knows it, but now these other people are doing it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to do it too, okay? You are helping to inspire others. So please, please, please do this. That's my challenge to you. All right? Okay, so let's go down. We're going to take about one more healing request, guys, and we're going to go into Q&A. So guys, get your questions ready. We'll go to one more healing request. Okay, so Rashke, I believe that's her name, Rashke. I'm not too sure if it's man or woman, sorry. Rashke says, hello Brad, can you help clear my eustachian tube in my right ear? Let's not try to be too precise, guys, okay? Let's not worry about tubes, let's not worry about these little things, okay? The body doesn't work that way. When your body is impaired, there's a lot of different areas within the body that are generally impaired, causing this condition, okay? So all we're really doing is we're just focusing on a central area, okay? So if we're working on the right ear, basically I'd want you to cover not only the ears, but the entire brain as well too, okay? So that would be the area of focus. We're not just focusing on a tiny little tube, okay? We want to focus on the larger area altogether, okay? And as we focus on that area, the body corresponds, because the body's working with you, and it will make adjustments in other areas of the body based upon the generalized area, okay? So let's work on both ears, and let's work on the entire circumference of the brain, okay? So Rashke, you can join me now. Keeping your spine nice and straight, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, taking a deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, just relaxing, breathing normally. And I want you to feel that transparent ball inside the center of the chest right now, just right here in the sternum, okay? So with that transparent ball inside the chest, seeing a cord, a tether, and now just seeing that tether going up to the brain, okay? And it's just like these roots are just wrapping around the entire circumference of the brain, and they're even wrapping around the inner canals of the ears, okay? Both of them, okay? Usually when one ear is impaired, there's only a matter of time before the next one is. Okay, this is why we're wrapping around both of them. The same thing with the brain. Again, the brain is the control mechanism for this. We want to make sure it's in good shape. Okay, so again, we're just seeing those transparent roots just wrapping around the brain, wrapping around the inner canals, the labyrinths of the ears. Okay, and with your eyes closed, Rashke, I want you just to see any black liquid dense energy that may be around the area of the brain, maybe around the area of the ears, the inner canal of the ears, the labyrinths of the ears, okay? Just being aware. And now we're going to go into apologetic affirmation, okay? Make sure you're sincere as you say this with me. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's assistance, as well as its forgiveness, and the forgiveness of spirit, to clear away this condition, releasing it to spirit, to be purified and forgiven in totality. And so it is. Okay, so now that we have done that, we're now just taking all of that black liquid dense energy. It's coming through the tethers, okay, and it's just depositing itself directly into the black ball. Sorry, the transparent ball, I should say. All the black liquid dense energy is being deposited right into the transparent ball. So let's take a few moments to do that now. Okay, now that we've had those few moments, we're now just going to extract that ball out of the chest. Okay, this again is where we're firing up our love energy. Okay, we're opening up the heart, we're feeling the love energy flowing, and we're just holding that transparent ball with that black liquid dense energy. Okay, so as we do that, we're just going to say to it, again with all of your sincerity behind it, Reshke, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, okay? And just continuing to say, I forgive you, no matter how many times you need to do it, until your hands touch at prayer posture, okay? Apply. So when your hands touch at prayer posture, your condition will be forgiven, okay? Thank you very much, Reshke. Okay, guys, thank you very much for all of your healing requests today. Like I said, I want you to do healing transmission. I know there's quite a few of you still that may have pain in the body. Guys, I've already given you a very powerful and very simple technique. I want you to do it, okay? Just continue to do it every single day. You don't have to negotiate with yourself. You don't have to do any forgiveness work, okay? This is a level 0.5 training technique or healing technique, okay? Just go back to the beginning of the video when I was doing this in the inner practices, okay? And all you're doing is healing transmission. And I want you to bring healing transmission together within yourself. June Moore, I want you to do that too, okay? You're talking about pain in both your arms. This is a nervous system condition, okay? It's a problem with your nervous system and neurological system. It's often very common that these are toxins within the body that are causing trouble and disruptions. This can also be the idea of viruses, okay? So one of the best ways to do it is healing transmission. Guys, don't expect an immediate result of healing. Let this healing start to work with you deeply day by day. And as each day goes by, you're going to notice it's going to be less and less. So June, that is my suggestion for you, okay? With the pain in your arms. And if that's been there for a few years, that again, there's metals that are responsible, there's viruses, there are invaders that are responsible, there's atrophy contained within the nervous system, within the neurological system as well too. A lot of that needs to be repaired, and doing this is one of the best ways you can do it, okay? Doing BCR as well too, one of the best ways you can do it. Come on guys, give yourself a little bit of time investment here. Give yourself a month to heal. This is why I make BCR technique 30 days long. It's not the idea of saying, okay, snap my finger, oh, I'm all better now, I'm good. No, guys, I'm not Jesus, okay? I'm not going to go up and say, oh, your sins are forgiven you, boom, and you're done. Nope, never come back again, you're good. No, guys, that's not the kind of healer that I am, okay? I'm basically teaching you guys to heal through progression. I'm teaching you guys to work together with yourselves, and I want you to see it day by day, because that is how I am oriented. You are going to see improvement happen day by day. That's the kind of healer I am, guys. I'm not saying, okay, your sins are forgiven you, boom, done. Next. I don't work that way, okay, guys? I'm not Jesus. Please remember that, okay? We're doing gradual transitional healing here. We're doing accelerative healing. This healing can be quite quick, but there's still a time progression through it, okay? So please, guys, don't think I'm Jesus and just going to give you guys an instant healing and then you guys are done and then you're able to just go on your merry way. No, you have to learn the lessons from what this healing is trying to teach you. You have to learn the lessons about why you put that pain into yourself in the first place. And the reason being is because there's negligence there. We have to tap into that. We have to realize that. And through our own efforts of working together and healing ourselves, we become wiser. And now we can teach others. Okay? That's something very important you guys have to really click in with. Okay? And I'm giving you guys free techniques here to use. Please make sure you're taking advantage of them. Please make time for yourself to do these things, okay? Okay, so we're going to go into Q&A now, guys. So again, if you do have some questions, feel free to post it on the chat. So we do have one here from AW. AW says, could you please talk about spiritual ego? Those are two words that don't belong with each other, okay? Really, there is no such thing as spiritual ego, okay? But there is spiritual identity ego. And that's the idea, is we're looking at spiritual identity. And the best way I can put it, just from observing quite a few people over the years, is that when we have this spiritual identity or spiritual identity ego, people cling to it like hope. Spirituality has become their hope. It hasn't become anything else. They actually haven't done any real practices with it. They're not working within themselves. They're not healing their conflicts. They're not healing their problems. They're not healing their regrets. I see it all the time. I see it with quite a few people. Good news, a lot of my subscribers on my channel, you guys are the busybodies. You guys are actually the workers. That's why I love my subscribers, okay? People on my channel, I'm not talking about you. Not really, no. The great majority of you, I know you guys are dedicated workers, and I know you guys are busybodies, and I can see how you guys are healing yourselves. And you guys are in the process of being great teachers as well, too. And we need a lot of healers right now. We need genuine healers, right? We need genuine teachers. We need people who actually go inside and actually do this. They don't just start spending their whole day posting up memes and GIFs on Facebook telling how spiritual they are when they don't even do the work. Okay, so basically you could say, and the best way I could put it with spiritual identity ego, hypocrites. Okay, they basically look at the idea of spirituality as a hopium for them. It's their hope, it's their identity. They're wearing it upon their chest like it's a badge. Hey guys, I'm super woke. I'm woke AF. Like, okay, what kind of inner work have you doing? Inner work? What's that? I'm just posting memes everywhere. I'm just posting GIFs everywhere. Come on, guys, be super spiritual, right? Love everybody, love and light. And then you see this person getting into an argument and fighting with a person and calling them all kinds of names and everything. Okay, so that again represents the hypocrisy, right? So a lot of people that are just very, very hypocritical. And like I say, you see it all over the internet. That's what the internet's for, right? The internet is just it's a hive, right? There's certain things that might be good inside that hive, but the majority of the internet, guys, is really just garbage, okay? 90 to 95% of the stuff on the internet today is garbage, pure garbage, okay? There's only about that 5 to 10% of stuff that's actually quite genuine. And you're going to find that with people that don't have, you know, the millions of viewers of followings, right? They're not trying to get deals. They're not trying to put on infomercials. They're not trying to get on these big networks and all that stuff like that. Whenever you're seeing that happens, maybe in the years ahead, maybe that might be a good thing. But right now, no. Right? We're basically looking at one who is kind of more grassroots. We're looking more at the grassrooters, right? The people here on YouTube, like I said, there's a couple good people that I'm already seeing that's really, really helpful to people. Okay, Forrest Knudsen is one of them. Of course, Janine does her great work with Tarot by Janine. She does great work as well too. Okay, there's a couple of yogis that are quite good as well. But like I said, you want more of the grassroots following, and you kind of have to look at the person very, very deeply. You have to look inside their heart. You have to find out where they're genuine in that sense. If they're just basically trying to scam everybody and they're not doing any of the inner work themselves, you can tell that they're just hysterical and that they're angry, and it's almost like they're just trying to spew all these things about what you can and can't do, like it's a religion. Then that raises an eyebrow, all right? And that's not what I'm about at all. I'm not here to spew a religion to you guys. I encourage you to do a lot of the free techniques that I'm giving you, whether it's BCR technique, whether it's now just the brand new healing transmission, whether it's cord removal healing, whether it's conflict elimination technique, all these things are given to you guys freely, okay? But if I started spouting some rhetoric and saying, you have to do this, otherwise you're screwed, no, I'd basically just be a religious hypocrite. That's the whole idea. So you want to look at people, most importantly, are the people that are actually doing their work. It actually shows in them, right? It shows through their heart. It shows through their generosity. It shows that they actually care about helping other people. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people like that. They just want followers. They want to get a lot of subscribers. They want to get a lot of people behind them. They want to build millions and millions of people on email lists. And they want to start selling all these crappy products that don't work. Okay, those are the spiritual identifiers. Those are the spiritual, that's the spiritual identity ego, okay? It's not even, as you would say, spiritual. It's just an identity, a mirage, okay? And it's kind of like that episode of Scooby-Doo, let's see who you really are, mister. And you just see some false ego there in the way. So that's basically what I can say. Is just be very mindful about people. Like I said, there's people that are just talking about hopium-based events. I'm not going to get too much into them, right? But there's people who just basically want to fill you with so much hopium that you just think everything's going to be okay, and you're just kind of sitting on your couch and you're just kind of twiddling your thumbs. Oh no, everything's okay. This is good. This technology is coming out, or this technique is going to happen, and something outside of me is just going to resolve all my problems. Some savior is going to come to me and resolve all my issues. And sorry guys, but you're being duped, right? If you're thinking anything in regards to any form of outside technology is going to save you, you're being duped. If you're thinking that any expert or savior is going to come out and save you, then you're being duped. Okay? You need to get out of that, because that just becomes a trap. That's a hopium trap. We got to get off hopium. You guys got to be on a hopium-free diet. Like I said, I'm not really too concerned about my subscribers because I know they're past that. But these are for new people that are basically tuning in that may be seeing these things. Okay? Like I said, I won't get too much into the topics because I could go off on a tangent a little bit about some of these topics. But I'm pretty sure some know some of the popular ones. And we just want to make sure we're steering clear of that, right? The greatest healing you can do, it comes from within yourself, okay? Like I said, my entire journey here for the last 13, 14 years has been about inner healing. I have never gone to anybody who thinks, okay, well, there's this guy. He can heal me up just in a snap. No problem. Nope. I've never met anybody like that. Nobody has ever been able to heal me up in a snap. Okay. But I have talked to several people, and they've been giving me new ideas about what I can do and create some certain techniques within myself. Guys, everything I did to heal myself was through hard work. Okay? I wasn't running towards any form of fancy technology. I wasn't running to some guru. I wasn't running to some master healer and thinking that they could just heal me up altogether. I had a lot of stuff, okay? And all I did was just work together, like even with my channeling, when I was talking to Adronis, he would give me a lot of stuff as well too. And I would always put these things to the test. And it wasn't just the idea of a one day miracle and all of a sudden everything's good. No, guys, this took years. Okay? The stuff that I'm giving you here for free didn't just come out of thin air. Okay? This has taken years for me really to test that and say, come on, I really want to see how deeply I can go, how I can heal myself, how I can go all the way. And I've gone all the way. And it's because of hard work. It's because of inner work. It's because of me being able to look into the depths of myself to find out what was still there, what was still causing problems, and healing it day by day by day, feeling better and better and better and better. It's like that affirmation I give you guys. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. And every single day, God is making me better and better. That's the true healing. Okay? It's not a Jesus Messiah complex. Where you have this guy dressed as Jesus. He's got the long hair. He's got the robe. Right? He's got the beard. He's putting his hand on your head. I forgive you in all of your sins. You are now well. Oh, wow. Great. Cool. I never have to sin again. Ha, 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 ha. Okay? That would be an example of a very big scam. And that's not what I represent at all. I'm not here to heal you instantaneously like Jesus. Okay? It's all about the idea of progression and healing from the heart and day by day seeing yourself getting better and better. Okay? Thank you very much for your question, AW. That's what I can say about spiritual identity ego. Just be careful with that because those are hopium traps. Okay. So again, guys, if you do want more healing, I'm going to be back next week, next Friday. with another newer TV Live. I'll spend a little bit more time with healing, and we'll work on a group healing next week. But this week, I just really want you guys to try healing transmission because I've introduced it to you this week. Okay, so that's why I want you to try it out. This is from MSMECGB. Okay, maybe I'll just call you MS or MSM. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll call you M. The big M. That's what I'll call you. Okay, so the big M says how to get rid of self-sabotage. Well, guys, this is exactly what we do in BCR technique. Okay, the only reason why you have self-sabotage is because you don't trust yourself. You're going through a lot of shame. Okay, shame creates self-sabotage. When you are ashamed, when you are going through rejection, okay, when you feel abandoned, when you feel like nobody cares, when we feel like everybody else is up here and I'm down here, okay, that shame pulls you into the mud. And so we're not really getting rid of these things. We don't really get rid of problems, guys. We tranquilize them. We bring them into peace, right? Everything that represents our problems, like I've talked about in BCR technique, is it's like you down here in the valley, right? And in the valley, there's all this fog, there's all this tar, right? There's sludge just underneath your feet. It's not a pleasant environment whatsoever. And this is all just an example, manifestation of the problems that you're carrying. And because you see these problems, oh, well, you go away, get away from me. I don't want this stuff on me. This is disgusting. This is repulsive. I don't want to have anything to do with these things anymore. I'm sick and tired of them. I don't want any more of these problems. I just want to be free of them. Okay? And that's what we get into. And what happens when we start acting that way? We start to sink in quicksand. Okay? That's not liberating yourself. This is how you liberate yourself. Okay, I see that I have all these problems. I see that there's all this tar all around me. I see that I have all these conflicts. I see that I have all these regrets. I'm going to do something about them. You just got lift. I'm going to rectify every single one of these things. More lift. I'm going to change, and I'm going to put all these things to rest. You're going all the way to the summit now. That's what we do, guys. That's the right attitude. If you're like this and you're belly aching and you're arguing and you're complaining and you're fighting because you keep sabotaging yourself because you have so much shame, you're constantly feeding that. You're feeding that gigantic claw that's just pulling you down into the quicksand. Arguing about your problems does nothing. Okay? It's going to pull you down. We don't argue about our problems. We have to face them. When we start to face them and say, I realize I have all these things, and now I'm ready to make a change. Now I'm going to go past them. I'm going to move past them. I'm going to tranquilize all of these things. I'm going to move up. I'm going to change. I'm going to be a person who's going to live in peace because I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm going to start living in peace. I'm going to do whatever it takes to take me all the way. I want to go all the way to the divine. Yes, that's it. Shh. And those are the people I want to give a standing ovation to, because that is your resolve. Those are the words of a master. Okay? This is the words of a victim. Oh, I wish this would stop. I'm getting sick and tired of this and blah, 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 blah. And you're sinking in the quicksand. You're going into the subterranes. Okay? But as soon as you make a resolve, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to completely put all these things to rest. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to the divine. I'm going to God. I'm going to spirit. And I'm going to make a difference. And I'm going to start living my life. Oh my God, I just want to give you a big hug when I hear that. Okay? That is joyful. And those are the words of a master. So we have to remember this, guys. So many people do the mentality of sinking themselves in quicksand. They're wondering why they're sinking. Why am I sinking? Why are these stupid things making me sick? Why am I, here I am with loneliness, and here I am with all this stuff, and why is this making me more sick? I'm so mad at this stuff. I'm so angry. I'm tired of being lonely. I'm tired of blah, 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 blah. And it's like you're trying to beat this with a stick, and it doesn't do anything. You cannot fight fire with fire. Okay? You have to give yourself lift. And the lift is that you are going to resolve this, that you are going to change. When I say those simple words, I am going to change. It's all you have to do. That's what gives you the lift. Okay? I'm going to change from this. I'm going to move into something better. I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to go upwards. I want to heal my heart. I want to live in peace. Yes, 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 yes. Now you get it. Now you understand. And it's that simple. Do not keep beating this thing that keeps pulling you down. You are not fighting fire with fire. That gets you nowhere. You got to give yourself lift. And it's the ability to change. So when you have self-sabotage, when you have shame, when you have rejection, when you have abandonment, when you have abuse, don't keep feeding the beast. Rise above it. You rise above it, you go into peace, you go into change. And now you start doing something like the healing transmission. Now you start doing BCR technique. Now you start doing cord removal. Now we start doing conflict elimination. See how I have signs? I have gestures behind each one. Okay, we start doing those. And that is how you work. And these are free, guys. I'm not charging you any money to work with these techniques. They're all free because we all deserve them. This is why in times ahead, I'm going to be teaching you guys Kundalini for free. Because it's part of ourselves and we deserve to have it. Okay? So we're not getting rid of self-sabotage. We're rising above it. Right? We're rising above it and we're moving onto a new plateau where that energy, where that mentality doesn't exist. It's down here. It's in the bowels of life. And here I am at the top of the mountain of life. And I'm learning to live from the inside. A lot of your questions, guys, is being resolved by BCR technique. It's exactly why we do it. What's the purpose of BCR technique? Just like I said earlier. What is it supposed to do? It's teaching you how to forgive. It's amplifying your forgiveness. It's bringing you into such a state of forgiveness because you're so filled with love, you're able to forgive all this stuff. And as soon as you forgive, this is what happens to you. And you forgive again. And you forgive again. And you forgive again. That's what's happening to you. It's giving you untold lift. You have to forgive yourself and you have to be sincere with it. And the best way to forgive yourself is when you're filled with the love and you're light as a feather to forgive everyone and everything. Because like I said, it's not even about having to forgive anybody. It's just forgiving your patterns. The only person you have to forgive is yourself. And as you do that, everything else just automatically fades away. I didn't really have to forgive anybody when I've gone through my entire journey here. A lot of people will say you should do that, and that's fine. But that's not a resolution to the problem. Because even if you forgive that person and the problem remains, another person's going to come along doing something similar to you, and you're going to be back into square one again. It's not about forgiving the person. The person is just the variable pertaining to that situation. You want to heal the source. The source is the pattern itself. That's what we're doing in BCR. Okay? You're just letting the source drop away. This is what you're doing in healing transmission. Healing transmission is you're just melting the source bit by bit every single day. It's melting. It's melting. It's melting. It's melting. Because when you do healing transmission, before you do that, just like we did today, you are working together with heart rate variability. Okay? So you want to make sure you're doing HRV before you're even doing healing transmission. Okay? So HRV is part of BCR. HRV is part of healing transmission. Okay? So that's very, very important. We want to get into that low idle subtle state. That is crucial. Okay? Once we're there, healing transmission. Once we're there, BCR. Once we're there, cord removal. Once we're there, conflict elimination. Okay? All four can be used for that. All right? Get yourself into a subtle low idle state. That's what's very, very important. That's crucial. Okay? Talking from experience, guys. That's what will help you the most, all right? Okay, let's see here. Someone just asked, when will religions be officially removed? I think was that what it was? Let me just go back to that question. Yeah, here we go. This is from Mihail. When will official religions be dismantled? Oh, well, again, you have to look at it, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but basically you have to look into all the systems that have been corrupt, okay? And that's basically what's happening right now. They have to be dismantled through the power of the people. Okay, the collective is responsible for that dismantling. It's not a question of when. Okay, guys, we still got quite a few years before we see the end of religion. Okay, it's probably going to take another decade or two, I'd say at least. But that's all part of exposures that are going to be happening. Okay, religion by itself, in its prime source, religion is actually not a bad thing. Do any of you know what religion actually means? What's the root meaning for religion? Do you know what it means? If we're not talking about ceremonies, we're not talking about distorted teachings, we're talking about the true root of what religion actually means. Do you guys know what it means? It means remembrance. That's it. So you are truly religious. You really are. Because you're remembering who you are. It's all about remembrance. To remember my source. To remember who I am. To recall. To remember. To respond to that remembrance. That is true religion. Okay? It is nothing about having to go to a temple and having to worship and doing all of these rituals and having all of these dogmas assigned to you and believing that God is outside of yourself and for other people to believe in your God. And if they don't believe in your God, you have to kill them and so forth. That's just a bunch of garbage. True religion is about remembrance. It's to remember, it's to reconnect, it's to reunite, it's to recall who you truly are as soul, as spirit, as source, as God, as the divine, as the self. That's true religion. So people are always going to be in a scramble. There are going to be people in that sense who will stick to the idea of their religion and they will die by it because that's where they've put all of their willpower, right? We may think that the idea of some of these religious organizations are ridiculous, and that may be true. But a person has devoted everything to it, and they will die by that belief. Okay? It's like atheists, right, who don't want to have anything to do with religion, and they want to do everything with science, which is just another religion anyways. But they dedicate themselves to that, right? So it doesn't matter if you're atheist, or if you're Christian, if you're Catholic, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, if you're Hindu, etc. It doesn't matter. If you have that 100%, willpower and commitment and dedication, your bhakti, okay, and performing puja or worship, okay, nothing can really tuck you out of that. You have to go through that experience. So this is not about the idea, guys, of anyone snapping their finger and thinking all these things are going to get dismantled. Everything that represents a monumental change like that needs to come to the collective. Okay? And the collective is going to take some time before it shifts all the way. So you're looking at least a couple of decades. I would say 1 decade, 2 decades, could even be 3 decades before we start to see a lot of the religions being exposed and therefore looking at all this falseness being cleared away because they have forgotten the true nature of what religion is, and it's remembrance. Okay? So it's a good question. Thank you for that, Mihail. Okay. Heather says, when will the full truth of the virus vaccine be disclosed to the public? Guys, haven't you heard of the Pfizer papers? Okay. Pfizer papers are already out, and they already talk about the truth of that. Guys, the truth is already present. It's already there. This is just going back to what I was just talking about with religions. People find the medical establishment and science a religion. And it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't even matter what other doctors say. It doesn't even matter about what other health experts say. They have clung to this idea of feeling that, oh my goodness, there's a virus and the vaccine will make me better. That is their mentality, guys. You can't change that. And you're wasting your time trying to think that you can change that with another person. It's not your business. It's not your job. It's not your work. What you can do is that you are living as the example, and you will gravitate certain people coming into your life who will agree with you, who will see it that way, and that's how you're speaking. You're speaking with your soul tribe. Okay? Yes, a lot of that information is already out there. There's documentaries that are coming, right? There's been a pandemic documentary. There's been quite a few documentaries that are exposing all this. Has that made a difference, guys? Has all 8 billion people changed and they said, I swear I'll never touch this vaccine again? Has that changed them? No. It's certainly awakening people. right? But it's not about the idea, guys, of you thinking that you need to give a 100% clean bill of health to every single person upon the planet because you have all the answers and they don't. That's not the way this works. You have to be the shining light example. Okay? It's like me, guys. I've come into full realization. I see everything beyond the body and the mind. Am I trying to grab you guys by the collar and say, come on, you got to do exactly what I do or else? Here's your consequence. No. Because that would make me a dictator, like any other form of dictators that we've gone through. It's not about grabbing people by the scruff of their neck and saying, you better start following this. You better start looking at this, or else you are no better than the tyrants. You have to let people make up their own mind. You have to let people walk their own path. Even though you say, I got the truth here and I got all this stuff, I got the truth. You don't have the truth. You have facts. There's a difference between facts and truth. Okay? We have facts. Yes, that's available. And the people who search for it will find it. And there are people who don't want to search for the facts. There are people who do not want your convincing. There are people who do not want anything about you trying to tell them exactly how they should be living their lives, whether the fact's there or not. You have to learn to let that go, guys, because it's dragging you down into the quicksand. You are sharing what you are sharing out of the goodness of your heart to share. There's no doubt about that. But when you are trying to enforce, when you're trying to be the moral person, and you're trying to enforce this, you are no better than the people that have tried to enforce vaccines upon people. You have to be very careful with that. You think that you're doing a good deed, you're not. You speak from the heart. You share your perspective. You may share facts, saying, here it is, guys. If you want it, I'm happy to talk to you more. Great. You'll have some people walk out the door. You have to be okay with that. And you'll have some people that approach you and say, this is great information. Please tell me more about it. Great. Those are the ones I'm here to help. Okay? It's not about you having such an ego to think that you have to polish 100% of the population of the planet because I'm responsible for every single one of these people. And if one of them walks away, oh my God, will I be offended? Oh my God, will I be in complete and total disaster? That becomes arrogance and ignorance. You are not here to fix the entire world's problems. You've got to get that out of yourself. You're just here to help those who decide to come closer. You do a presentation, you do a bang-up job, you share the facts, and you see quite a few people leaving that auditorium. They leave that room because they said, I've had enough of this. This is a bunch of garbage. And are you going to run off the stage and say, who the hell do you think you are? You don't think I've done the research? Okay? Your ego explodes. Do you think that's going to solve everything? No. Now you're just going to get in fight, and now it's basically you might as well get out flaming torches because you guys want to ignite each other on fire. You got to get out of your ego. You share what you share. It's like with me, guys. I only have a certain amount of subscribers on this channel, and I've had plenty of people bash me to bits over the years. Brad's full of it. I don't know what he's talking about. He's not blah, 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 blah. So that's okay. Go your own way. Be well. I'm not grabbing them by the scruff. I'm going to say, okay, where's their address? I'm going to go knock down their door and give them a piece of my mind because they said that I'm no good. Okay? That's not going to do anything. That is you completely succumbing to your ego. It is not about when the full truth will be exposed. It's already exposed. It's already here. The people that will listen are the ones that you want to work with. They're the ones that are coming to you closer. You are drawing them in like a magnet. That's your tribe. Those are the ones you're here to help. The people that walk away, let them. The people that come close to you, those are the ones you're here to work with. That's what this is all about, and we all have it. Okay? We have people, guys, who hate your guts. And we have people who love you like crazy. Okay? I have people who hate my guts. And I have people who deeply love me, and that's great. But even the ones that hate my guts, I still bless them on their way. Be well, wherever your journey takes you. Even if you don't agree with me, that's okay. Wherever it is that you're looking for, let it be found. That's humility, guys. And that's the whole idea. Don't wait for the world to change. There is no the world. There's only yours. You make yourself change. You make yourself prosperous. You go to the top of the mountain. You are now at the summit. You are now living inside the heart. You are now feeling peace within your reality. And that's all you need to do to graduate from this earth and go elsewhere. I didn't need to save 100% of the people of this planet. It's not my job. It's not anybody's job. So we need to let go of this delusion. When's the entire world going to know the faux truth? It's not up to them, and it's not up to you to think that a few people, a certain amount of groups are going to change everything. You just work with your tribe. That's it. Work with yourself first, then work with your tribe. And people who cannot stand you, people who want to walk out the door and say to hell with this person, let them go. They have to find their own way. They are sentient beings just as you are. Please remember this, okay? Okay, let me go down the list here. We're going to take one more question, guys. Then we're going to wrap up. Okay, here's one from Leica. Actually, I think we'll take one more after this. This one's from Leica because it's a pretty short question. What causes cancer? What causes cancer? Anxiety, fear on deep levels of being is what causes cancer. Okay? Cancer is an emotional disease. That's what it is. Okay? When you start getting completely filled up with your anxiety, with panic, with fear, your body starts going into emergency mode. And as it's going into emergency mode, it cannot continue to keep up with the processes it needs. It compromises your immune system. Other areas of the body are getting compromised. They're operating on minimal power because all of these other things are going into catastrophe. And the body has to dedicate a lot of its resources to trying and handle all the stress. But it gets burned out all the time because that person starts worrying and panicking and getting into heavy anxiety and heavy fear for many, many years, that the entire body gets to the state of compromise, that cancer cells start to get activated. Okay? There are also other particular forms of ways, right? Radiation can cause it, toxins can cause it as well too. But one of the biggest reasons relating to the idea of the showing up of cancer is because of your own severe anxiety of fear. It is an emotional disease. Cancer thrives acidically, and acidity happens within the body when it is overworked. It cannot maintain the balance. And so there are, again, strong acidity states that come into the body and start producing this fungus that we call cancer. Cancer cells are fungal in nature. So what is the one thing that you can do to prevent your cancer? Relax, slow down, start healing yourself from within, start doing something like BCR. Start doing something regarding inner healing. Yes, you want to make sure you have a good diet. Yes, you want to make sure you're exercising. Yes, you want to make sure you're cutting back on garbage foods. Okay? But cancer is an emotional disease. That's all it is. So when we start to completely de-stressify ourselves, we start to live again at the summit, you won't have cancer. Okay? But you have to clear all that out. Cancer is emotionally caused primarily. All right? Thank you for your question. Okay, we're going to go down the bottom of the list here, guys, just for one more question. Remember what I've said about white hats, guys. There are no white hats. It's gray hats. Okay. Shelley says, my family didn't talk to me for 1.5 years now. Now they're asking questions. So that's it. See? It's good, Shelley, because you gave them the space for them to process all of this. Maybe it will take some time. But like I said, this is what I'm talking about. They will draw back to you. Okay? So this is where people get really upset. Their family and their friends turn their back on them. I can't believe all you're talking about with all this vaccine. You're making scientists look stupid. You're making doctors look stupid. You don't think they're intelligent to know what's going on? How could you possibly say all that stuff? I want nothing to do with you. Goodbye. Click. Okay? And we get devastated by this. We love our family. We cannot imagine ourselves apart from that. So what we have to do is we have to sit down and we have to process. We have to let that happen. Because no matter how many times you try and ring them and ring them and ring them, they ignore you, ignore you, ignore you. They want nothing to do with you just at this time. And you have to sit down and you have to process those feelings. It is a horrible thing that's happened, but it's still something that we have to process. We have to look into it. I know when I began this journey, guys, back in 2008, way before COVID, okay, I had family and I had friends completely, what's the best way to put it? Enraged by what I did, right? That I left my family behind. I left a marriage, right? I could not see my kids, okay? And I had my entire family pretty much against me. I had all my old friends that I've known for many years against me because I decided to follow a path of channeling. I began to follow a spiritual path. I basically woke up and realized I was in a marriage that I could not be in any form of harmony with, and I had to leave. If I stayed, I pretty much would have gone insane. And because I made that decision, guys, I had my entire life circle of family and friends turning their backs on me back in 2008, way before this stuff started. Okay? And I had to cope with that. There's nothing that I could say, there's nothing that I could do regarding how the family and how my friends responded to me. They were adamant that I was out of my mind, that I left my ex-wife behind, that I left my children behind, that I will not succeed in whatever this thing I'm doing. You're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. Okay? I had my own sister telling me that I guess I was turning into a preacher again, or that I'm going crazy, or you're just getting some alien to control you, or something like that. Okay? I was getting all of this bombardment placed upon me back in 2008. But you know what? Looking back on it, I'm very, very grateful it happened altogether, because it shaped me into who I am right now. I needed to go through all that struggle. I needed to go through all that difficulty. I had no support from family or friends at all, guys. Zero. Guess who was the only person that was in my life at that time? Adronis. That was it. I had nobody else. No family, no friends, nothing. A complete and total start from the beginning. Square one. All I had was Adronis. All I had was an entity that I could channel that was helping me through the entire process. Adronis helped me with that. And that's why I stayed for as long as I did with the channeling that I did, because I felt I owed him so much. He was with me. That was it. It's before any of you guys came along. Okay? And then I started to open up with new friendships, and new family came together. How did that happen, Brad? Because I welcomed in my soul tribe, like I'm telling you guys to do. That's my recommendation. I'm not going to tell you to do as an enforcement, but that is what I would recommend for you guys to do. Okay? Because I've been through this. I know what you guys are going through. I know what it's like to have absolutely nobody physically in your life who doesn't give a damn about you and just wants you to go on in your way and think that you're crazy, and they just want to turn their back to you just like this, and they don't want to say a word to you. Fortunately, that changed a few years later, but basically between 2008 and about 2016, that was the times that were very, very, very much me in solitude. Okay? I had my whole family turn against me. I had my whole friends, my old friends, 20 plus years back, turning against. Brad's crazy. Brad's insane. He's doing this spiritual kick. He's got some spiritual kick going. He's like into meditation and shit. I guess he's turning into like a preacher or something like that. I guess he's trying to turn into like a big shot. I guess he wants to have like his own cult and stuff. I guess Brad's running a cult. It's exactly what Brad's doing. He's running a cult. I said, really? Well, what is the basis of my cult? Oh, shut up. They can't even do it, right? They get into this insecurity. But I had to be completely on my own for years, guys. No one really supporting me at all, other than in here. I know what you guys are going through, okay? And we just have to continue to work with work with yourself, because that's all I did. I worked with myself. I healed the heart for years. And it took me years. It was not something I just did in a matter of days, okay? When I'm telling you guys to work with the BCR technique for 30 days, I'm giving you guys a shortcut for sure. And it's going to trim a lot of fat off the journey of the inwardness. But it's still going to take some time. Okay? I know what it's like to be left high and dry. I know what it's like to know that nobody on this planet, especially the people who you felt you could believe had your back, no matter what, will just ditch you because of a belief. It's just ditching you because of programming. I know what that's like. Okay? And so we have to rely on ourselves. We have to rely on our heart. We have to work within. We have to crack open that shell that's been completely just festering around the heart. And we have to open it up. We have to give ourselves a cry. We have to let tearful transformation take place. That has been my journey for the past near 14 years. And it was this that really saved me. If I did not have this, guys, I probably would have killed myself. And I mean it. I probably would have committed suicide if it was not for my spiritual journey. That's how bad it was. But then again, I turned over a new leaf and I had Adronis helping me every step of the way. I would just go into the state, right? There would just be times where I'm just like, okay, Adronis, I really just need to talk to you. And I would just hear him just take deep breaths, right? And so I'd go and, okay, Adronis, just tell me what's going on. We thank you very much, Brad. And we will say that in regards to your nature right now, right? And so he'll come in and he'll share his information with me. And he was even the way that he would speak through me, right? We are here at this time, and we will say that the most illuminating thing for you to do right now is to trust your very heart, right? And so he would come in and he would just start lightening me up just from the intensity of that talk, right? You have to understand that you must let everyone go, for this is the nature of exactly why you're here at this time. It is the very nature of your soul to why you have been brought here, for it is the nature of the love that you yourself present that will bring you into the greatest transformation of being that you could ever imagine. Okay? There's Adronis 101. Just things that I'm remembering from memory. Coming in and just lighting up the whole space. And I had so much joy just channeling him and talking to him, and again, putting me in a space that really just emphasized exactly why I made that decision, right? And so people started to talk to him, and he lit them up as well too, right? And so it just came into the coming of age where it was time to put the channeling away and now come directly into spirit. And let spirit speak to me naturally, as I'm doing with all of you guys here and now. All right? So again, I know what you guys are going through. Take this time to heal the heart. Because when you start to heal the heart and time progresses, you're going to see things turning around. All right? So thank you, guys. Thank you very much for being part of the webcast today. I will be back next Thursday and next Friday. And looking forward to, again, our next conversation. The bringer says, shh, be sleeping. Then why are you watching this if you're sleeping? Turn this off and go to sleep, man. Jeez. So anyways, thank you very much for joining me this week. I'm going to have some more videos coming up as well, too. I have another video coming up this afternoon that's going to be scheduled to be brought on the YouTube channel. And again, I will see you guys very, very soon. Another perspective of the now. More videos to come, more exciting things to come. Work with that brand new healing technique, all right? Let's see how far it can take you. Take care, guys. Be well. Thank you very much for checking out the YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new body deck special edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.